And now, live from the studios of WHUC, this is Real Talk, where we get you something to talk about.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on another edition of Real Talk. I am your host, Destiny McDonald. Today's guest is someone who is programming their way into the Bulldog family and introducing 2 new programs on the Hinds Utica campus. She is Dr. Litany Lineberry, instructor for computer, programming, and software engineering programs. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Hey, how are you doing, Dr. Lineberry?
Doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing fine. For those who may be watching at home that may not know you, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay. I am Dr. Litany Lineberry. I currently work here at Hinds Community College, but I first started out here as an adjunct about a year ago, and then transitioned in May to full-time. My background is computer science, as you mentioned, and programming. I have my bachelor's degree from Hinds College, now university, in computer science. Now I went on to get my master's from North Carolina A&T University. And then finally, I just graduated from Mississippi State University with my doctorate.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
With only 21 to 32% of software programming jobs being occupied by females, which that number is still increasing right now, can you share what made you decide this is the path you wanted to go on?
What made me decide to go on this path was really whenever I was little. When I was about 3, maybe 4 years old, my parents bought a computer, and on it was a program for like Oregon Trail. And so I always wanted to know what that was about. How did they get the pixels to move? And so once I got into high school, I started taking programming classes, and it was something that I really enjoyed, so I decided to go at it with a career.
Okay. What are some common misconceptions that students may have when they enter your program?
That programming is hard. It's not hard. It may be tedious in learning everything, but if you keep at it and don't give up, then it will connect and everything will click in your mind, and you will be like, oh, aha moment, I fixed that, or I made that program run, and have pride in that.
And that'll make them want to continue. Okay. How do you plan to stay up to date to ever-changing technology in your classroom?
So now the big buzzword is AI, artificial intelligence. So I incorporate that in my classroom by simplifying things such as PowerPoints. A lot of times just reading it, students might get lost or maybe fall asleep. So to make it more interactive, I use Claude AI to take my PowerPoints and make it interactive. So that way I'm asking them questions throughout, and then they can choose what's the best answer, and they seem to like that. And then here on campus, we have something called Nectar that you can include in your Canvas courses, and it can help students with tutoring and other such tasks, as well as the professors or instructors.
We are having a good time talking to Dr. Lineberry about her new position and all that she brings to Hinds Utica campus. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, more about the growth of technology. Stay tuned.
Real Talk will be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Tamora Heyman, and I attended Hinds Utica for the television and broadcasting program. If you want to be a part of an award-winning program, make sure you enroll in Hinds Utica today. We saved you a seat.
When it comes to different topics around the Hinds community, Real Talk is the answer.
The alumni who have graduated from the program.
A lot of that is them getting to know me.
This is the show that talks about lifestyle, culture, fashion, art, and having you in the know of what's going on across the Utica campus and the entire community college of Hinds. Be sure to watch Real Talk exclusively on Hinds' very own WHUC.
And now, Real Talk continues.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Destiny McDonald. For those who are just joining us, we have the computer programming and software engineering instructor, Dr. Litany Lineberry. What do you feel is the biggest mistake that the new programmers make, and how do you plan to help your students overcome those challenges?
Okay, so common mistakes that new programmers make is that if they have an error, that's the end all be all. However, if you know how to go through and look for the error and then fix it. Because 9 out of 10, usually you're missing a semicolon. And once you figure that out of how to recognize which errors are big errors and which ones are just small errors, then it will help you throughout your career. Even when you go into the workforce, programmers still make mistakes and still have errors and things like that, but knowing the tools and the skill set to, one, recognize it's an error, and two, where to find the error.
I understand this is the first time that the Hinds Utica campus has a computer programming or software engineering program. How does starting your own legacy as a woman in a male-dominated field make you feel, and what impact may it bring?
So I personally don't see it as my legacy, but more so the students' legacy. And not only that, their future. So firstly, for those, Utica is in a rural area and there's surrounding towns and other that are considered rural, not even here, but even in different states where students come from. And so letting them know that they can get a degree or certificate and find a paying job. And maybe they're not ready to go to a 4-year institution, but that's their stepping stone from high school or their GED program, or if they're coming back from being working in the real world, maybe they decided maybe a few years ago not to go to after high school, go to college or anything, just go to workforce, so they can come back, get a certificate, get an associate's degree, and then get a job. So letting them know they have that option regardless of their walk of life.
Okay, I like that. And what advice would you give those who's thinking about studying either programs?
To really consider your why. So my why was I like to be creative. I like to see why things work or how I can help my community. So what's your why? And if your why is something that aligns with computing, computer technology in this field, then go for it. And the sky's the limit, and don't get discouraged.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, and lastly, finish this sentence. The future of software is?
Creativity, meaning interdisciplinary, knowing that anyone from any background can do software. It's all about working together.
We would like to thank Dr. Lineberry for taking the time out of her busy day to come and talk to us about her new position and the legacy she plans to implement at the historical campus, Hinds Community College in Utica. Remember to like our Facebook page at Radio Television Production. Follow us on Instagram at Hinds SCC_Radio TV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the news happening around Hinds. You are watching Real Talk. Until next time.